ukwamkela ilizwi lakho msolomane ngoYesu ndiyathandaza. Amen. Uwakhona ndiyaxolisa ibandla ngoYesu obuyayo. Amen. Amen. Sikhona ii-visitors phakathi kwethu. Okay, zingekho zinjalo ke. Sizivizitors sonke mos apha. Samkela ngoYesu obuyayo. Amen. Xa sizawuphakamisa isithethi sethu sokuqala, bengicela simphakamise ngo-number 53 istanza sokuqala. Power of choice. Ndizabe ndithetha nge-outcomes ze-choices zethu esizenzayo. Ndizobe ndine-verses eziyi-2 and ndinebali for example, endizolenza as an example for us to understand the outcomes of i-choices zethu esizenzayo. So kuwo wonke umntu ophethe iBhayibhile ndizawucela atshile Proverbs 3 chapter 5, Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 to 6. It reads as follows. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your paths. This verse that I've just read now, it tells us that if we put our trust in God in all the choices that we make, then we may never go wrong. And dinenye ivesi Joshua 24 verse 15. And it also reads as follows. And if it is evil in your eyes to serve the Lord, choose this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your fathers served in the region beyond the rivers of the gods of the Amites in whose land you dwell, but for me and my house we will serve the Lord. This verse tells us that God does not force us to choose him. It tells us that we should be the ones to choose him and not let him choose for us. He's not forcing us to choose, to make our own decisions. He's not forcing us to make our own decisions. He's letting us do our own decisions. And now I'll be reading the story of Daniel. Once there was a young man who was kidnapped. He and a few others were then brought to their new master. You will now work for me, but first you must learn to do as we do. A servant of the master then brought the man meat and drink, so they may eat and drink. The young man was faced with a simple question: to do or not do, a choice with consequences. The young man then chose to do as he was taught from his childhood, and did not. That same choice his friends who were with him also made. They went and spoke to the servant of the master and requested something else to eat and drink. The servant, being afraid, then put them to the test, and for 10 days they were given something else to eat and drink. Does this story sound familiar? This story is about Daniel, and it teaches us that if we choose to put every choices of us with God, then we will never go wrong in God's eyes or in the eyes of the world.
Amen.
Emva kwamazwi aphakame kangaka ndizawucela siphakamise isithetho sethu sesibini.
Phantsi kwesihloko esithi the power of choice, ndicela sitshile iimpilo zethu kuGenesis 3 verse 3. Funeka nohlobo. But God did say you must not eat from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it or you will die. God created man with freedom to choose. We have freedom to choose between life and death, right and wrong, heaven and hell, blessings or curses. Eve was given an instruction. Had she followed the instruction, it would have been easy for her to choose God instead of Satan. If she had consulted God with who gave her the instruction, it would have been easy for her to choose what is right. We must fully obey God and follow His commands. We must choose Him out of love. Choose as He has forced. We must choose. We must choose Him because of the teacher. Singamthathi kancinci because simazi uba unenceba yakwazi ukuxolela first. Singayenzi loo nto. Our love for God must come naturally, so it will be natural for us to follow His commands without being told or forced. Seek Him first, the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. Amen. Choose Him and you will have blessings instead of curses. Amen. Life instead of death. Okay? Bandabacha, will you wait for consequences that will not be favorable to you? Okay. Call Him before making decisions, because we are at a time where we are choosing subjects that will determine our future and friends that will shape us. So are you willing to call Him before making those decisions? Let's chill with Revelations 3 verse 20. Yabona ndimye emnyango ndingokoza. Ukuba uthe waliva izwi lam, waluvula ucango, zongena, ize naye adle nam. Akathi zosiforce kanti ngene ukuthi ukhe walivula ucango. Ambassadors, we must consult Him first before choosing to take any actions or decisions regarding our lives. We must always know that God created man with freedom to choose. It is the greatest gift. So we must use it wisely. Amen.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15 to 20 is a part of speech given by Moses for Israel as they were about to enter the promised land. So Moses unika Amasirael a final statement to choose between following the Lord and obeying His commands, or to choose to disobey Him and facing His anger. And then as a verses, they provide warnings of the consequences of disobeying the Lord, as well as the promises of obeying the Lord. This passage reminds us that God has given us free will and the power to make our own choices. It is up to us if we are going to choose to follow the Lord and be blessed, or if we are going to choose to ignore Him and suffer the consequences. Ultimately, it is up to us to choose life and follow God's commands so that we may experience the blessings that He has in store for us. Amen. Amen. Because number 260
2.
Om